YouTube, what's going on? We're going to be watching some Rw9 replays today. Rw9 and Lewsual, that is. These games are between Rw9, the Middle East wonder, who I believe turns 15 in not too long from now. Currently not old enough to play in the RLCS. Against Lewsual, who we've seen play on stream a few times from the UK. I believe England. I forget exactly where. But Rw9, man. Nasty with the ground dribbles. And gonna get a ground dribble fake to get a first. Playing on the desert map. Nice and bright. Nice and bright. I'll tell you that much. These games were from, I believe, about 5 days ago. I think it was before the new season. But it was not terribly in the past, which is nice. A lot of times we have to dig back a little bit deeper to find some interesting replays to watch. But this series between the two played within the last few days as Rw9 side flips in a second goal. Rw9 spends most of his time in the top 20 or maybe even 10 of the ranked leaderboard. Lewsual has pushed his way up there before, but I don't think I've seen him there recently. Certainly capable. He was about one win away from being able to play in the Feer 5 event as a challenger. If you guys remember that event where we had, the 5 most tenured players on the stream defend the prize pool against a bunch of talented challengers. Lewsual was a win or so away from being able to be one of those challengers. And I feel like Lewsual specifically is a name that I saw a lot. That's a great air dribble double by Rw9. He's doing it every which way at the start of this game, but I feel like I saw Lewsual winning lots of local tournaments, or not local tournaments because everything is held online, but small tournaments that are held for 1v1. You'll see them a lot, and sometimes you see a name at the top of those games consistently, and that can be a good sign of a top player, whether they're on high in the leaderboard or not. Lewsual going to try and go for a air dribble bump of his own, but we saw Rw9 have great defense against the air dribble bump. I think it was next gen, just because that's the most recent time we've had him on stream live. But he was dominating the air dribble bump attacks, and I'm talking about on defense. He's doing a good job of it on offense here as well, as he gets a little bit of a Goomba stop double jump onto Lewsual. 4-0 for Rw9 as he is torching Lewsual at the start of this game. A huge sweep into a challenge though from Rw9. Lewsual could see it from far, far away and get to prep that 50. I'm surprised Lewsual wasn't able to turn it into, a shot attempt, considering he had a great read and won that 50 so well. Rw9 clear up the backboard and should have an easy open net here. Man, great defense from Rw9. We expect that from him all the times, but specifically you hear people talk about his goal line defense. Rw9 being, one of the better backline defenders. Right now, he does not want to play any backline defense. I don't know if he's been near his net all game. He has been cutting off Lewsual early and intercepting possession at midfield. So he hasn't had to play any backline defense at all. In fact, the first time the ball is going to cross over into his half in a while, it feels like. They'll just pinch it away. Lewsual having his regular dribble straight down the field. Rw9, you see power sliding deep, maybe a little bit too deep underneath Lewsual. He does like to set up that shadow defense right in front of the offender. But I think this time had a little bit too much momentum, slid a little bit too deep, and could not come back from that. We saw Rw9 play 3v3 and 2v2, and that was really interesting. It's interesting to see, what kind of player Rw9 is outside of a context where he's playing by himself. He definitely played very fast, very risky, in a way you don't see a lot from 1v1ers. And, after doing that, just watching games like these, you already can tell the, little bits and pieces that should have been hinting that all along. Rw9 playing this one very fast, very aggressive. Lewsual gonna need 4 goals in 1 minute, and it's not gonna be impossible. As a nice soft bounce setup, and the air roll volley gets past the top defender. The loss, man, that hurts. If you're Lewsual, you finally get something going. Rw9 gonna take it right back with an immediate kickoff. Oh, Lewsual, I mean, that had to be a mistake. This should be another easy goal. I don't know where Rw9 didn't take the initial shot attempt. I guess he knew he'd have the second one as well. But that'll be a forfeit. Yeah, Lewsual not going to have any more this game. So we'll head to game number 2. Game 2. Rw9 and Lewsual. This time on Neo Tokyo. I'm pretty sure all 3 of the games that we're going to watch today were queued up either on the same day or really close to each other. You can see that I think Lewsual and Rw9 are running the same preset, which is usually the best way to know for sure that they happen back to back. Of course, I have the date and time of every single replay, so I could just think about it for 10 seconds before starting to record, but I really do think they're very close, as proven by their presets here. Rw9, man. Patience at the midfield, baiting Lewsual in to thinking he had a chance to challenge, and he did not. Lewsual lost that ball, I would say, into the corner after gaining early possession. He wasn't able to really get a shot attempt out of it, and he's just been trying to, convert it into a good touch ever since that messed up, immediate play where he brought that ball into the corner without really having a scoring opportunity. And all Rw9 has to do is, be patient, and Lewsual will eventually give him that open opportunity. This power hook shot is going to get saved away. In fact, Lewsual is going to save it pretty strong. And Rw9 jumped over that boost. Wow. Lewsual in a desperate mode to pick up more than, 40 boost. And Rw9 had an opportunity to really starve him out. Actually single jumped over the hitbox for the boost. But I tell you what, right now, when things get awry, and, they start playing fast and looking to challenge, Rw9 always seems to have the edge. Lewsual cannot seem to keep pace with him and keeps going for these challenge attempts that end up not connecting at all. Rw9 just completely outplaying and sending them over and into an easy net. This time, Rw9 going to back off the ball. Lewsual will have his opportunity to go for whatever he wants. And if you guys remember, Lewsual is pretty nasty, specifically on the midfield wall to air dribble. He is not the most diverse aerial attacker, but on those kickoff situations where you win to the wall, or if you're able to set it up like you did a second ago, he actually is pretty on point. This last one ended in a musty missing wide, but you could see the hints of what makes him so good at it. I think he might have wanted to try and set up another one of those, but there was no boost at midfield. But Rw9 would have likely challenged even if there was. He wouldn't have been able to get away with much. Rw9 on a high bounce dribble. Lewsual not going to let it come down to a shooting position. He'll break it up, and Rw9, what is he doing, man? He just completely left the net open. Every time I see something like this happen, there's a little bit, of doubt in my head. Like, wait a second, do I not understand something that these pros do? Is Rw9 somehow going to get that boost and make it back to a net that seems wide open? And that just goes to show how much these top players can surprise me. But this time, no. Rw9 truly was making a massive mistake. Lewsual had a very, very easy open net. All tied up 3-3. Lewsual. Oh no, he saved his own touch! He went for the double jump bump. It actually worked. He got Rw9 to miss, but I think he was so sure that Rw9 was going to get a touch, he didn't even, think about getting in the way of his own shot. But he absolutely just saved a ball that was headed into the net. Rw9, wall to air dribble. No, he doesn't want it. He'll cut it back down to the ground. And it's not often you see players do that. Instead, he went for that late pre-flip touch, and Lewsual had it covered. He was coming up high off the back wall, which is a good place to save those high touches. Rwas probably would have been better off just pulling back on that pre-flip, not touching it at all, and trying to take it to the ground. But easier said than done. Lewsual, some good defense. Up 4-3 with 1:30 left to go. Wasn't able to steal that back quarter boost. Not sure it's going to matter. Rwas probably moving out of that corner anyways to pick up his 100. Oh, wow. What a play to get back to 50 that one. Thought Rwas had just given away control. But he finds his way back. Cannot get a shot attempt out of the corner. Lewsual trying to be patient. No reason to really use too much boost in this situation. Not a great opportunity to turn into a shot with a defender there, but important to stay close, stay relevant in case that defender makes a mistake that ends up leaving an open opportunity. Rwas! Oh, a nice dribble. Can he finish it? He can't. He's going to make Lewsual miss. Oh, what a fake. Oh, it seemed like he was going to side flip to tap it inside the post, and Lewsual thought so as well. Man, what a play. Way to be one step ahead by Rwas, and just like that, he has the lead with 30 seconds left to go. A moment ago, Lewsual controlling the game up 1. Now Rwas back up 5-4. I don't think he's going to take a wall-to-air dribble, considering he is probably the #1 player over any player I've seen in ones to pass up on perfect wall-to-air dribble setups. A demo and a 6th. Lewsual not going to forfeit. Has faith in himself to get 2 and 17. It's certainly possible, and this is why you don't forfeit. There's the first. He's got loads of time. He could win in regulation still. 6-5. 12 seconds left to go. Rwas has to not brutally lose kickoffs. And seems like he did a better job with this one. He's got 100 boost, but Lewsual is going to get a shot attempt. Oh my goodness, that was about as close as you could ask for, considering Lewsual was shooting with absolutely no boost. But Rwas does take it in game 2. We got one more game to watch. Theo Tokyo again for Rwas versus Lewsual. This time, Rwas on the orange team, and what is with this server? That seemed like a bit of a lag spike. I mean, I don't know if, I guess Lewsual, who is the one who uploaded the replays, makes sense because his car seemed to jump a little bit. He must have had some lag, and his saving of the replay kept that lag in. I think that's how it works. I can't say I know for sure. I don't know if, you know, when you save a replay, the server sends you their version of it, or if you just save off your own version. But I'm pretty sure you save off your own. That's how everybody comes up with those replay videos where they're like, look, the ball went all the way into the net and came back out. The game's broken. It's like, no, that's what your PC saw. But the server version, a little bit different. Oh, nice. Setup on the soft bounce to hook shot. We see that a lot. And Rwas, one of the better players at it, but certainly something that every top ones player is good at. When you have that small dribble around midfield, all you need to do is give it a slight bit of air in order to make it possible to power a really strong hook shot. 3-0 for Rwas, a minute in. Lewsual using a lot of boost to just try and camp behind this ball and protect it from Rwas taking it away, and he did not do so. As it comes back down to the ground, Rwas gets the 50 in an open net. Lewsual with possession for the first time in a while this game. Ball to air dribble right from the sidewall, but not the kind of setup we're used to seeing. And you can kind of see him in the air trying to decide what to do with the ball now that he hadn't played it the way he wanted to. The best players will always make sure they stick with it long enough to, at the very least, you know, prevent an easy change of possession, make it tough. Ooh, the fake, man. Rwas. He's going to make him come all the way back. Is he going to stop it? Yeah, he will. He says, Lewsual, you're going to have to come all the way back to the ball. I'll waste more time at the clock. 6-0 for Rwas. In the zone here. After only winning the previous game by 1. In fact, Lewsual kind of controlled it for the majority of the time on the clock. Now, Rwas seems to be completely dominating. 7-0, another demo, another open net. This is only 2 minutes into the game. Technically, Rwas on pace to do something like a 20-0 lead. 8-0. Took him almost no time to get that one. Lewsual desperately needs a kickoff to go in his favor. Sometimes you just need to break the seal with a quick kickoff goal or something, even though he hasn't really been able to score in the open field. Right now, he's trying to play defense with 0 boost, and really, it's Rwas' missed execution that is letting him get away with it. Oh, Rwas stole it once again, kept Lewsual all the way at 0. And yeah, Lewsual had had enough. After the 9-0, just over 3 seconds over halfway through the match, he said he's had enough. He doesn't want Rwas to win 18-0. He's cool with just a 9-0 win. So Rwas taking down Lewsual, showing that he is the better player in the ranked 1v1 ladder. Not to say Lewsual isn't great. He almost got his dubs, but Rwas is something else.